Hello everybody, welcome to a very special episode on GoblinHQ Incorporated. Today we are doing an unboxing of a very special gift that I received the other day. A gift I got myself, but still a gift. We are going to be taking a look at HeroQuest. A game that I have been wanting to add to my collection for a very long time. It is well, not so much anymore because they just reprinted it and everything, but for a while there it was kind of a grail game. You could find games on eBay and at thrift stores and stuff like that for pretty good prices, but it took a little bit of luck and some due diligence to find those games. Most of the time when you looked on eBay, you'd find them for pretty extravagant prices, upwards of $100, $200, sometimes even $300, and most of them weren't even complete. They had broken boxes, broken parts, missing cards, yeah, all that kind of stuff. And that was just the core game. Now, this was their Hasbro Pulse. It's kind of like their in-house Kickstarter version. And for their Mythic Tier, which is what I got, as indicated by the word Mythic here, it cost me about $200, I believe, 200-ish, somewhere around there, and with shipping it came out to be about $250, I think, somewhere around there. But with it, I got extra dice, extra miniatures, the two expansions, I can't even remember the names of them now, something like that, two expansions. The names of them escape me right now. I don't know them off the top of my head, but we will see them as I unbox it. So without further ado, let's get into it. As you can see, I kept it in the box. I received it yesterday, and I saved it just for you so that we could take a look at it together. So we're going to take a look at it. Oh, look at that. A box within a box. Making it difficult. Not cool. Well, that's okay. That just means that it didn't get damaged in shipping. I've had mini games and stuff that I've got that were damaged in shipping. Now, granted, most of that was through eBay and through second parties, third parties, and fourth parties, and all that stuff. So, but had a little bit of trouble getting it out of this box. Snug. There we go. Box number 2. Oof. Throw that to the side. Gotta be a little careful here. Don't want to damage whatever's in here. Now, from my understanding, all the Mythic Tier backers got all their stuff and are getting their stuff within the next few days. Whereas, oh, there it is. Whew. See that logo? Isn't that nice? So as I was saying, the Mythic Tier backers are getting their stuff now, whereas the Heroic Tier, the ones who ordered just the base game, have to wait a little bit longer, and that's because of the shipping concerns that are going on in the world these days. So just so you get a good look here. There it is, the core game. This black box right here, this is probably all the Kickstarter or Hasbro Pulse exclusives. And then down here we have the 2 expansions. Ooh, this is gonna be good. Yep. Whoa. It's like Christmas morning. All right. So, as I was saying, so we got the core box right here, HeroQuest game system. This is the core game. This is what you need to play the game. It's got everything you need inside of it. We've got the 2 expansions, Return of the Witch Lord and Keller's Keep. Those were the names of them that I couldn't remember. They're 2 small box expansions. They've got extra minis and extra quests and stuff like that. And then we've got the Hasbro Pulse exclusives. So let's start at the beginning with the core game. Let's organize this stuff so I can get to it a little easier. All right. All right, so what do we got in here according to this box? We have 70 plus detailed miniatures, and they look pretty much like they said they were going to look on the website. Yeah, there's the cards. There's a little snippet of the miniatures. It's pretty cool. And then the board and the hero miniatures right there. So that's pretty cool. Pretty good quality box. Not the best quality box I've come across, but pretty good. I've seen worse, but I've seen better too. It's about the same quality kind of box you got on like Betrayal at House on the Hill. Yeah, I mean that makes sense, seeing as how it's Avalon Hill and Hasbro, which do Betrayal at House on the Hill. All right. So what we have here? Oh, it's another it's a tray. Oh, inserts. I love inserts. Little slide out tray insert. It's got the art from the original thing. And then we got tray of miniatures and the dice. That's pretty cool. Up here we've got the gargoyle. Ooh, they snap in too. So this is our new gargoyle miniature right here. It looks a lot different. He's got the same basic stance and everything as the original gargoyle, but he looks different. Now, some people say that they prefer the original gargoyle. I kind of like this gargoyle. And we've got the Dread Warrior. I don't know how well they're coming in. I can't see the focus on it, if they're focusing or not. That's pretty cool looking. Now, in the original, they were called Chaos Warriors, but because Chaos is a thing from the Warhammer universe, and that was a property of Games Workshop, and this is no longer a Games Workshop thing. That is no longer a yeah. And they have these little fishmen. I don't know what they're called. I don't remember anyway. And they used to be like lizard people in the original. No explanation on this. I'm sure I'll be able to get to it in the rule book. These dice. Whoa, those things are in there tight. Now the dice are square. I think I would have preferred dice that were rounded, but still, they're pretty cool. There's the bunny symbol, as they used to call it, because when upside down it looks kind of like a bunny. Not so much anymore, really. But they're pretty cool. Orc. The cool thing is that these miniatures are nice and hard plastic too. They're not that kind of PVC rubbery kind of plastic. There's a nice little orc right there. He's pretty cool. Now obviously I'm not going to go through all of these. Just kind of picking. Yeah, wow. Even the goblin, which has some very spindly little parts down there, his legs. Whoops, sorry for the shaking, folks. He's hard plastic. His legs make him feel a little unbalanced, but he's pretty cool. These things have pretty good detail too. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera because like I said, I can't tell if it's focusing on it or not. I'm trying to get it in there so you can see, and I hope you're getting a good look. But yeah, these are really cool. We have, yeah. I liked that there was some speculation for a while whether or not they were going to go to the original colors of the original game. And, you know, the red for the heroes. The green for the orcs and goblins, and the Fenrir or Formir or whatever the heck they were, and then the gray for the Chaos faction. But looks like they ended up going with the original color scheme. I mean, why not? They pretty much lifted everything else. They were saying that the rules weren't going to change that much. This is our barbarian right here. He's got the same basic pose. That's another thing, is like the poses didn't change very much. The dwarf did, because the dwarf's pose was kind of ridiculous on the other one. But I guess that's kind of the charm of the game. So yeah, there's our dwarf. The first one I showed was the the wizard with the little half moon staff right here. And then the barbarian was second. And then of course the dwarf. And then this is going to be our elf. And our elf is a female. But I got the gender swap things with the Pulse, Hasbro Pulse exclusive. So if you want a male or a female for either of these, I've got all of it. And it looks like we got some gender swaps in here too. Like there's a couple female orcs right here and right here. And these are female goblins right here. So, yeah. That's our first set of miniatures right there. Very cool. Slide these right back in. Hope you got a decent look at them. I don't want to spend all day looking at them because we have a lot of stuff to go through. Ooh, this tray is heavy. Another one. Again, got the sleeve with the artwork on it. And this has got our furniture in it. Now, in the original game, the furniture was a mix of cardboard and plastic. You would assemble it like this table, for instance. This table part was cardboard, and then it would be end capped by plastic. But as you can see here, this table is all plastic, and that's very cool. And then we've got little add-on bits. Ooh, I don't know about that. It's got little skulls and rats and things like that. There's little skulls that you can take off, little decorations. I don't know how well those are definitely not going to come up very well, but this is this little tiny thing on the end here that my finger is touching. That's a skull. So yeah. So nice big thick pad of character sheets. I'm probably just gonna print out some and do like I do with my hidden movement games. I'm gonna laminate a couple. Here's a wet erase marker. Go to town. The tomb. Ooh, it even opens up. That's kind of cool. The sarcophagus right here. Didn't think it would open up, but it did. Kind of cool. The best thing about this so far, it has an insert. Oh, like I said at the beginning, I love that when games have inserts. It just makes it so much better. Little alchemist table. Look at all that detail right there. All the little tools and stuff like that. I can see this being a painter's wet dream right here. Little rats. I'm not going to pull those out because I don't want to lose them. But each one of these little things right here is a rat. I wonder if there's stickers. Because here's the fireplace. Obviously there's supposed to be a portrait right here. In the original that was cardboard and there was a little picture of somebody in there. 2 bookcases and a little cabinet, some treasure chests. The cards. Big stack of cards right here. These are, oops, that's okay because I'm not going to keep those. These are items and spells and character cards. So, guys, first thing I'll show you the boring ones first. Reference cards. This is what you do on your turn. All right, cool. That's nice. And then we've got the character cards. Give you your character's base stats, their base body points, which is another word for hit points, mind points, and it's got a little portrait of all the characters and stuff like that. That was Barbarian, Dwarf, Elf. Let's see if I can hold still for a second. Having to lean over this table is getting to me a little bit. I don't do a lot of unboxing, so my setup isn't designed for it. So seeing everything is going to be a little bit difficult, but I'm going to manage for it. There's our wizard right there. Pretty cool. Cool. Like I said, I'm not going to go through all this stuff. There's just so much. But it's cool. And then, oh, they've even got, well, yeah, they did in the original too. They've got stat cards for all the enemies too. Like there's the Dread Warrior right there, aka the Chaos Warrior. Abominations. That's what they call the fish people in this one. There it is. The Abomination. And they were called like Fenrir or Formir. The Formir. The Formir. Something like that. In the original. So, yeah. And there's our lovely gargoyle right there. Look at that guy. Yeah, he looks like he's about ready to saw someone's head off with that sword. 6 movement squares, 4 attack dice, 5 defend dice, 3 hit points, and 4 mind points. Now, if I remember correctly, my mind points never really came up. But my original memory of HeroQuest is not particularly the greatest because I didn't have that much experience with it. Then we've got the other cards. Artifacts, equipment, dread spells, water spells, earth spells, fire spells, air spells, and then all the treasure cards. I like they kept kind of the same aesthetic of the original game. They've got kind of this kind of old scroll with the black and white artwork on it. That's very cool. I like that. Yeah, I believe that was mentioned during the production process that they wanted to keep as close to the original as possible because they didn't want to create something entirely new because they knew that fans wanted HeroQuest. They didn't really want something new because if they wanted a new dungeon crawler, they could buy a different game. They could just go out and get something like Descent or Gloomhaven or something else. You know, the whole reason for wanting to get HeroQuest was to get HeroQuest. This is some of the equipment. There's the battle axe, which is a weapon. This heavy double-edged axe gives you the attack strength of 4 combat dice. For 450 gold coins. Well, you know what I didn't notice? Oh, it still might be in here. In the original HeroQuest, the equipment guide was the box insert. That might be in here. Artifacts. Artifact cards. And then of course the enemy cards. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Then we've got our doors. Well, those things are jammed in there. Oh, because they're closed door right here. Nice and plastic. Like I said in the original, the door part would be cardboard, and then the outer shell here would be plastic. That's very cool. And then we have an open door. Kind of one of the pains in the butt, but kind of the charm of the game was the GM player. Oh dang, what the heck was his name? Morcar? That's the UK's name for him. Zargon. The Zargon player swapping out doors. You'd have to constantly reach out and say, okay, you open this door. Take off a closed door, put on an open door. So that's our second tray right there, mostly furniture. Slide it in there. And you'll have to excuse me if this unboxing isn't exactly what you thought it was. This is the only one I've ever done. I don't know exactly what I'm doing. Here's our board. And yes, it wasn't on top. It was buried right there. After I'm doing this in order from top to bottom in the box. Faithful reproduction of the original, if not a little bit bigger. They said that the squares on the original weren't quite 1-inch squares, but this one is. But this is the board. All the rooms are the same shapes and colors of the original. I think they're a little more vibrant. I've only seen the original HeroQuest board when I was a kid, but I don't remember it being this vibrant. Maybe that's just because I don't remember seeing it, except for when I was a kid. Then we've got a little package here. It's got our screen, and it looks like some tokens. So let's get rid of some of our trash here. Yeah, I'll do it this way. Now, the tokens in the original, I know, were kind of paperish. These ones, they feel a little thicker, and they feel decent quality. But here's our first sheet. We've got basically the hit point markers for the monsters are these skulls, and we've got some rubble markers or end of the hallway markers. Some trap markers are an eye marker. I'm sure that's for a quest or something. Some long hallway markers, and then our staircase. Our rule book. The quest book. Prying eyes only, Zargon eyes only, and then our Zargon screen. This thing is way thicker than the original, and it's even designed to slope a little bit. It's very cool. Zargon sits behind this. It's got his lovely mug on it. Actually, I don't remember if that's Zargon there or Mentor. I believe it's Zargon. Mentor is ironically, the mentor character of the people in it. And then there is a little spacer in it, in the box. So that is it for box 1. So I think next, since it kind of adds on to that box, we're going to go with the Mythic Contents. Let's see what's in here. Now, I know that we got Joe's dragon in here because he made a tweet and a little video about giving us our dragon. And I am super stoked about that dragon because we got just shy of that dragon. But I also read that we also got our other gargoyle. So even though we didn't hit the 4 million mark, we only got to 3.7 or 3.8. No, because if we got 3.8, we would have got the gargoyle. But we got to 3.7 something. We just barely missed the extra gargoyle. They gave us the extra gargoyle anyway, so that would be cool. Looks like we got some overlays, which is an extra room, supposedly. Like I said, I've only played the base game back when I was a kid, so I don't know how any of the expansions work. Got some extra tokens, quest-specific tokens. I'm going to set this stuff over here. We've got 3 extra quest books. Spirit Queen's Torment, Crypt of Perpetual Darkness by Joe Manganiello. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name there, Joe. And Prophecy of Taylor by Stephen Baker. We got some extra dice here. And we got some alternate sculpts, some more cards. Yep, we got our extra gargoyle. It's not quite, he doesn't have the weapons of the other one, but we got the extra gargoyle. He's a melee brawler. He's the monk gargoyle. So they gave us the extra gargoyle anyway. Which makes me think that they've already made him. They had already made him and they just decided, you know what? Just throw him in anyway. And here is the big boy himself. The dragon. Look at that thing. That thing is huge compared to the rest. I mean, here, let me pull out, here's the Mentor miniature, which is an alternate miniature you can use for the wizard, and you can just compare right there. They're right next to each other. Hello, Mr. Dragon. His name is Venom. Compared to Mentor. How are you doing? Yeah. So that is cool. Some extra dice, some extra skeletons, extra abominations, another dread sorcerer, extra orcs, extra goblins, extra dread warriors, looks like a dread sorcerer. I don't know why he's white though. And the 3 extra heroes that we got, which is, and I'll pull out their miniatures in a second, but the Bard, the Warlock, and the Druid. So the Bard, this lovely, lovely dude, like a singing orc man. He's a musical looking fella, singing his ballad praises to everybody. Alright, I love the insert, guys, but jeez. And then the Warlock. There's a little gnome looking thing. This is going to bring a whole new generation of people using HeroQuest miniatures for D&D. I remember doing that when I was a kid. And the Druid, which is over here. Nice Druid. And then, of course, we have Mentat, the alternate wizard. Which I don't... So if you want to get fancy with your wizard, you don't just want to play the standard wizard, you can just throw the Mentat on there. And then, of course, there's cards for each of them as well. You got the Bard, the Druid, Warlock, and even an alternate card for the Wizard. So it matches your miniature for people who are OCD like me. And we've got a whole new... We got a couple new artifacts. Warlock spells. Spells just for the Warlock. New equipment card. Bard spells. Equipment cards. And Druid spells. So this in and of this whole box in and of itself is a whole new, it's like a whole new expansion. And then in this little tiny box over here, oh, it is a little tiny box. I thought it was just going to be like a little sleeved thing. But no, it's actually it's a sealed little box. It's got 5 miniatures in it and 4 character cards. Whoop, cards go spilling everywhere. It's got the gender alts and the Sir Ragnar miniature. Now, in the original HeroQuest game, you would just place a Chaos Warrior on the board for Sir Ragnar, but a lot of players who played HeroQuest were also D&D players. So what they would do is they would just go to their D&D collection and they would just grab a human miniature, probably an NPC of some kind, and they would throw that on the board to be their Sir Ragnar. And so, yeah, that's how that would usually go. And that's our Mythic Tier stuff. I hope you got a pretty good look at it. Like I said, I apologize if you didn't. I'm not very good at unboxings. This is the only one I've ever done. No, that's not true. I've done 2. This is my second one. The first one I did was the Villains of Arianor, which I did on my phone while at night, just kind of putzing around. at nighttime. Or no, not Villains of Arianor, Shadowed Paths. And it was very brief. And I know I didn't give anybody a good look at anything in that one. So right now we're going to look at Keller's Keep. We got our quest book right there. These books are good. One thing I do like about these books, and this is something that they did in Betrayal and most Avalon Hill books, is they're stitched. They're not stapled, they're stitched, which means that the books will stay together. We have, well, this is folded. That's interesting. These are our tokens. We have some kind of wizard hands token thingy here. And then we have like staircases, it looks like, and some trapdoors, and then some more pits, some walls, all kinds of stuff that I'm not exactly sure what it does because I've never played this expansion. So until I do, I won't know what any of it is. There's seems to be some kind of puzzle element, as this like broken stone tablet thing right here is seems to go together, and that's kind of interesting. So those are our things. Some more cards, and it looks like more orcs, goblins, and abominations. So I'm not going to pull those out because we've already seen a couple of those. We have a new door. It's got a ugly head on it. And then I'm guessing this is supposed to be like the reinforced door. This might have different rules for it because it's brown. So let's take a look at the new cards, though. We can do that. We got more equipment and more artifacts. That's cool. Maybe we won't look through those too much. Won't look too deeply. Very cool. Very excited to get this together and play it with people. Requires the HeroQuest game system to play. No duh. And then last, certainly not least, Return of the Witch Lord. Okay. Oh, you know what, that guy that I couldn't place, the extra dread sorcerer, that I thought was the extra dread sorcerer in the Mythic Tier box, that was the dread sorcerer. It's the dread sorcerer in miniature. The Witch Lord, the titular Witch Lord. So, we got another quest book for Return of the Witch Lord. Some more tokens, another overlay for a room, two of them actually. We have one with a skull here, looks like some kind of throne room. And then we have some kind of circular room. Then we have some, looks like some sarcophagi and some spell effects, some doors and stuff, some secret doors. That's cool. And then some zombies and skeletons. Oh, I didn't show you any zombies, so here. This is a zombie. Or mummy, rather. This is a mummy. The mummy miniature. It's pretty cool. And then a warrior zombie. It's got a shield and a sword. That's pretty cool. And then in here, I'm guessing we have some more equipment and artifacts. More equipment, more artifacts. Indeed we do. So, some more cards. And we have some more reinforced doors. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed that they didn't put the buyer's guide on the little spacer insert inside the original box. So there it is, the HeroQuest unboxing. Again, if you didn't get too good a look at things, I'm sorry. There is some pretty cool stuff in here. I have been waiting a year for this, and the shipping of it was a surprise to me because there was a while there when I was thinking that I wasn't going to get it at all, because for a long time people were getting update emails because apparently they're coming out with a companion app for this, and it's going to enable people to play it full cooperative, I think, or it's at least going to help Zargon keep track of things better. I'm not exactly sure because I didn't get the email on the details of the app. Because people were talking about getting updates on HeroQuest and stuff like that, and I was completely in the dark. I was like, what updates are you guys talking about? I didn't get anything. And because the only email I ever got was, thank you for pledging to the Hasbro Pulse Mythic Tier HeroQuest. This is how much it cost you. And that was pretty much it. And up until yesterday, when I got it, I didn't receive an email at all for anything. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, yesterday I got, oh, your order has left the warehouse and it's shipping. And then it came like in a couple hours, which is kind of cool, but it's also kind of frustrating because it would have been nice to be like, oh, your order is shipping soon. Oh, but I didn't get that. Plus, it was also funky because I checked because, when you get something that's shipped, you check the status of your package. You check the tracking number to see where it is, where it is in the shipping process. And it said that the expected delivery date was this date. And then all of a sudden it said, oh, the new shipping date was the day before, which had already passed. So I'm like, wait a minute. How does that work? They're going to time travel? Are they going to stuff it into a DeLorean going 88 miles an hour and ship it to me? So, yeah. I was a little unnerved by that. It was weird. It was very weird. Yeah. But that's okay. All these tokens are double-sided. It's got secret doors, and I guess this token up here is like a coin. It's got an eye on this side and it's got a Zargon symbol on the other, so you can flip it, and that's kind of cool. Now I'm curious about the market. Visit the armory and purchase new weapons and armor with the gold coins you have accumulated. Where's the armory at? The armory was on the box in the original game. Where is it now? Well, Anyway, I don't want to bore you guys too much more anyway. Maybe it was on the inside of the box and I missed it. Nope. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Maybe it's just on the cards and you just have to scroll through the cards and just do that. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope you got a look at least some of the things that comes in the HeroQuest Mythic Tier, and you'll get an idea if you ordered the Heroic Tier as to what will come in your Heroic Tier box as well. And I'm pretty sure that they'll release this to retail. They'd be dummies if they didn't. So you can look to see that the core box and probably the expansions as separate items will be available for purchase at some point down the line. I know that they have another expansion, a Barbarian Quest. They've teased it at the last PulseCon. In the works, coming down the line. So to me, that says we're going to do this at retail, because there's no reason to make expansions for people who bought some kind of exclusive thing. That's, to me, that doesn't make good business sense. So so I'm assuming that they're going to do retail. So if you want to get HeroQuest, I would say it's a good purchase. I mean, it's a good dungeon crawler. It's nice. It's easy to get to the table. It's not complicated. It's not like I said, it's not a complicated game to teach, and a family could have fun with it. It says 14 plus on the box, but I'm pretty sure you could play this with 10-year-olds, maybe even less if you had somebody a little older kind of holding their hand. It's not that difficult of a game. The dice have symbols on them that are pretty self-explanatory, and you could you could definitely include your whole family on this game. But you do need one player to play Zargon, who is the bad guy. So depending on the age of your players and how well they take to loss, be careful who you choose as the Zargon player. Because if you have an extremely competitive person as Zargon, he could upset the younger players. That was this HeroQuest. Again, I hope you got to see some things. And I'm just going to sign off now before I keep repeating myself. And it sounds like a loop. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. I certainly did. And I hope you have a good day. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to smash one of those other buttons, except for the dislike. Stay away from that one. And I'll check with you guys later.